Hey, Trini.
Hi, Susanna.
Now, I want to see your exhibition, which I am a huge fan of. Your pieces are so gorgeous. We're going to have bad reflections in the glass, but...
Well, most of these now are behind non-reflective glass. So all the fabric pieces are, you won't see anything but the piece.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's because they're for the UV light, etc. So they won't fade or anything like that.
They are behind non-reflective UV protected by 70% of UV protected. I still put them in a sort of a shaded spot, no direct sunlight, but they are protected. But it means that you don't see yourself, you don't see the lights, you don't see, you
all those other things. Yeah. So these are batik pieces.
Yeah, they are batik, but they're kind of more than batik. I call them more wax resist because I use stenciling in there as well, in between the dip dyes.
So this is
stenciled. Okay, this is stenciled.
Yeah.
And a little bit of fabric paint.
Yeah.
Stenciled. I would have masked off this area, and it would have been one of the first things I did because I need to protect that area. I protect that with wax. I protect all the white areas.
Oh, so you do kind of almost layers of waxing. So you do a piece, you paint a piece or stencil a piece, then put wax on it, and then the next...
It's kind of a reduction method. It's not unlike lino cutting because you are protecting an area, changing it. Protecting an area, and each time you're dip dyeing it or you're printing another area until really the whole thing is nearly covered in wax. And then it might go into the final dye. And even between that, I might etch an area, like in this piece here.
Okay, an etching, a bit of etching.
Yeah, in this little piece, I would have used an etching tool to go, because you'd never get the wax around these letters.
No, so do you etch
into wax?
So that's wax, and then you draw, or with the etching knife,
into the wax.
So for the fine bits, for the fine tuning.
Yeah, and when it goes into its final dye, the wax will go into, or the dye will go into those etched areas. And often I crack it as well, so you get all this bleeding.
I love the bleeding cracking.
Yeah.
I mean, these are just so divine. I love them. And I mean, what's so brilliant is you have red dots on nearly everything.
Yeah,
here's the list is over here.
Yeah.
Next to the gunpowder gin. Here's the gunpowder gin. But look at that for an exhibition, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
and this is your code here.
That's my Instagram.
You're under your Instagram, Trini Kenny Art.
Yeah.
Very good. And what is this basket full of tools?
Okay, so these are kind of the tools of my trade, and this is the wax, which is, I would use 1/3 beeswax to 2/3 paraffin wax.
So this is bees.
This is beeswax.
And that's the paraffin.
And that's the melting pot.
Yeah,
that's the melting pot.
Break up.
So for little bits of detail, I'd use what's known as a tjanting tool, and that is they can be brass or they can be copper because they keep the heat. And the wax would go in there and it would stay hot, and there's a little nozzle, and depending on how big the nozzle is, that can go down to a 0.5 millimeter.
Wow.
Tiny, and that would mean that I can go around little bits like this.
Hold on, there.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do the details
so I
in
can
this.
go around there, the detail, and do the dots. But you can see up in this piece here, that is the willow pattern plate.
That is so gorgeous.
All those little lines, I've used one of these tjanting tools, or a lot of it.
In the willow pattern.
In the willow pattern.
Much like this plate here, which is divine.
Thank you.
I love this one. So all these kind of around each leaf, that's all done with a
It's almost the opposite.
Oh, sorry.
So to get in to protect the white areas, I use the tjanting tool, so that I am leaving those black areas to turn dark.
Gotcha.
Okay, so before my last dyeing, everything would be covered in wax apart from what you see black. So that would go into the darkest color last.
Gotcha.
Okay. That is the tjanting tools, okay, and there's different...
And what is I mean, because they sound like they have like a Buddhist name almost. So where were these originally from?
I think Indonesia.
I was wondering because the name you gave sounded very Indonesian.
Yeah.
And I have amazing batik when I was working for the wildlife charity from Indonesia.
Okay.
So that's why I've got a soft spot for batik.
I think
I'm not telling you that because you're the artist.
I haven't been. I have been to Nigeria where I have seen, the dye pits, and I was blown away by them about 30 years ago, and the vibrant colours they were wearing, and the little rice paper drawings, and they stayed with me. And when I saw how vibrant they could get in the indigo pits, I just, I didn't really paint again. I just experimented with rice papers and dyes, and even tie dyeing I love. So anything that involved dyes and inks I loved. But these, the home would be Java, and there's pockets of batik all over the world. But these are Indonesian stamps as well. So I wouldn't use this one now. That's a copper stamp. But that would be, for bigger pieces of fabric, repeat pattern. But I have used it, but my work would be too small for work like that. So I use little wooden stamps, and I'd literally put those into my batik pot, let them heat up.
And are these?
They're just
wood or copper?
They are literally from Art and Hobby Shop. I mean, they are what people would normally just ink up and make little repeat patterns. So, but I use them to go into the wax, and this is what creates some of my patterns in the back, some of my flat pattern.
Okay, the kind of background pattern.
The background patterns are some, if I love contrast, I love, shapes sort of fighting with each other, and complementing each other, and I love that contrast. So some area I might use this, and then I might have an area of just plain cracked fabric. So these help,
and they're all kind of, these are all, look, lovely fish.
Yeah, little fish, and there's tiny ones in there as well. And sometimes I would ink them up, and as long as I protect with the wax, they can work.
And these bigger ones, are these
are ones I've experimented with, but again, they can be a bit big for what I'm trying
for the detail that you're doing.
For the detail I'm doing. If I was working really big, they'd save you a lot of work, because you could work big and they
in the background filling of things.
Very fast.
So this exhibition is called?
This is called Vessels. So it really is, it's a little bit of history, a little bit of my history, a little bit of home brought into them, a little bit of just objects that were around my studio, that some, for instance, that down here, this little mustard tin. This is years old, this little tin that's been in my studio. And I always had charcoal. I used to make my own charcoal. So I used to put the bits of charcoal in, and I just said it was worthy of
a print. Of a batik. Stop saying print. That's not a print.
So they all have, I suppose they all have a little bit of history. Some of the bottles.
I love the gunpowder gin with its lemons.
I actually didn't realise I'd done it, that I'd used it so much till the pieces went up, and I just...
and suddenly it was everywhere. Oh, you like gunpowder gin, do you now?
No, I love the bottle. I love its contents. I love the shape of it, and I love, of course, it creates contrast, with
it does.
I do have a bottle with pattern, but I kind of adapt the pattern a bit.
And this again is from one of those, what do you call those? Molds?
No, this was actually a stencil.
Oh, a stencil.
I also work with stencils.
So you cut out they cut out from paper or wax paper?
No, I cut them out from acetate.
Okay.
But that would be, like, the pattern would be similar to a pattern you might have had in something at home. So I'm kind of trying to bring in, a little bit of, I suppose, nostalgia into these pieces.
Yeah.
The pieces that I can kind of recognise, and that other people seem to be sort of identifying with as well. You know? I believe, I'm a strong believer in drawing. These objects would be in front of me to start with.
Yeah.
And I would have them and I would draw them in line, I'd draw them in tone.
Yeah.
And then I'd start to strip, you know, away things like perspective and things that kind of bore me a bit.
Yeah. And more bringing in the shape and
shape and pattern I love, texture I love.
I love the crackling that the batik does. What's in this little room? These are little ones?
These are some of my work is on Japanese paper rather than fabric, and I did a lot of experimenting to see what papers would work and what papers would be tough enough to endure what I put the papers through.
Yeah.
Which could be, you know, into a whole dye bath and then out and then crunching it. And I found papers that were really good. And sometimes those don't work, so I cut them up sometimes and make composition, play around with composition. I love good composition.
Yeah.
I love balance. I love
good Oh, look at this, the ducks or the chickens.
So that's a good example of where I used one of those little wooden stamps.
So that's one of the wooden stamps.
I would have masked off this area. It would have been the first thing I did.
Okay.
Was to mask off the shape of that jug. And then I would have printed, you know, with just printing ink or whatever.
Yeah.
And then when that was dry, protected with the wax. And then I could work away with the rest of it.
That's brilliant. Yeah. No, I love that. And I love your patterns and designs. I mean, they're fantastic. And I mean, you've done magnificently well everything is sold. Now, the next very important question is, do you sell online? I mean, I know you're on Instagram, so do you sell online?
I have a website. A lot is sold in the website as well. So I have to start with a whole new body of work, really.
Because you've sold out. But you're going to start creating prints, I gather.
Yeah.
So they're going to be really good, high-resolution
These
prints.
Print very well.
I
have a great printer. I have a great framer and I have a great printer.
You
know, bespoke framers in Kilkenny. Amazing.
Yeah.
They know my work so well, and they know what to do with it.
Because
it's different. It's you know. And I also have Copper House in Dublin, who have the only cruise scanner in the country, and they can scan it rather than photograph it. It's almost like X-raying my work, with such detail and such high resolution that I can't tell the difference between.
So, like the mustard is one of the ones that you.
Now.
So
this is the original.
That's the original is to the left.
Okay. And this piece, now it is behind non-reflective
Yes,
glass.
now I can see myself in the glass.
If I was doing it again, I definitely would go back to bespoke and please.
Non-reflective. UV light sensitive.
For me, it's worth it because you can see every bit. I mean, that is on a flat piece of paper.
Yes.
High quality paper, but at the same time paper, and you can see every stitch. You can almost see the shadow of how the fabric is lying.
You can see the detail. Okay, you can also see us in the mirror, but this you can see. This is the original shadow from which that scanned it off.
Yeah.
But when you get it scanned for the printer, the Copper House, basically it's out of the frame. Yes. And are there any other pieces that you're going to have as prints?
So I have 7 pieces in this collection that I have scanned, and this is one of them. And the little gin. The little
gin, which I love. That is just gin. You're mad for gin, aren't you?
Gin and 3 lemons.
Gin and 3 lemons. Coleman's.
And this is still like with yellow jug.
This is a lovely. Okay, so this is called the yellow jug.
Yeah. And this piece here, which is still like with the aloe vera.
Ah, yes. Yeah. And the gunpowder gin again.
And the gunpowder gin. And
I hope gunpowder gin is going to send you some gin.
And this is Grand's tureen.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous with the yellow. Now, I want you to do a print of this one. I love that one. That is gorgeous.
That's really...
So you might or might not do a print of that one.
Yeah, I have to check whether I actually got that one scanned. I'm not sure if I did.
Well,
oh, I
hopefully
got
you
that one scanned, yeah.
Oh, yes, the willow pattern,
The willow pattern, yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah. So that would be limited edition, obviously.
And these you can buy on your website?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, because this is, it's...
Now, not
so
yet,
bad.
and we are August 2025,
Yeah.
so you will probably be able to buy them on your after this month kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you'll continue doing things, because I love your lobster down at the Crafted Cafe. And the crab, I saw it the other day.
Oh yeah, the crab as well.
I know.
That's my kind of seafood or sea series. I'm loving seaweeds and shellfish, and so I'm working on those as well.